What if the most powerful move you can make isn't loud, but silent? What if the way to defeat the ego isn't by engaging in drama, but by simply stepping away? Imagine a world where silence becomes your strength, your message without words. In a world where everyone is shouting, posting, and proving themselves, true power lies in stillness. What if you could crush the ego without saying a word? What if your calmness was all you needed to bring down the walls of pride and arrogance? There's an ancient strength that exists in silence, a kind of power that the ego fears, because it can't compete with stillness. Today, we'll explore the 5 silent moves that can dismantle the ego and restore your inner peace. Welcome to Stoic Blendware, ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we dive into the 5 silent moves that crush the ego without uttering a single word. We don't teach men to shout, we teach them to master silence. In a world filled with noise, where everyone's constantly talking, posting, and proving themselves, the rarest power is stillness. Not weakness, not retreat, but quiet strength. The kind of strength that doesn't seek revenge, validation, or recognition. It simply walks away, and that's what the ego fears the most. Ego thrives on noise. It craves reaction. It feeds on drama. But when you move silently, when your calmness becomes your message, you don't just protect your peace, you destroy the illusion others hold over you. This is where true power lies. In these 5 silent moves, we show you how to dismantle the ego not with words, but with an unshakable presence. Because true strength doesn't announce itself, it's felt. It shakes those built on ego to their very core. Let's break these 5 silent moves down. Move 1. Walk away without justifying yourself. There is nothing more unsettling to the ego than being ignored by someone it thought it controlled. When you walk away without explanation, without a dramatic final message, you strip the other person of the power they thought they had. Most people expect closure, a fight, a plea to stay. But the Stoic knows closure is something you give yourself. Walking away in silence isn't avoidance. It's self-mastery. It's a message without words. I don't owe you my energy. The moment you walk away, you force them to face the reality that they are no longer part of your path. Ego collapses when it is denied the stage it thought it owned. So, walk quietly. Let the silence echo louder than any goodbye ever could. Move 2. Remain unbothered when they try to trigger you. A person ruled by ego craves control, not connection. They'll say things that sting. They'll push your emotional buttons, all in an attempt to watch you flinch. But the Stoic response is stillness. When you remain unbothered, calm, and emotionally neutral, even in the face of provocation, it drives them crazy. Their ego expects you to break, but when you don't, when your face remains steady and your energy grounded, they're left wrestling with their own insecurity. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting everything they're trying to hide. The Stoic doesn't respond out of impulse. He observes. He understands that some battles are simply invitations to chaos, and the wisest move? Don't RSVP. Let their need for drama bounce off your inner peace. True power isn't controlling others. It's mastering yourself. Move 3. Succeed quietly, and let your results speak. You don't need to broadcast your wins to validate your worth. In fact, the quieter your progress, the more threatening it becomes to those ruled by ego. The ego wants to be seen, celebrated, and praised. But the Stoic doesn't chase applause. He chases excellence. That quiet discipline, that relentless effort behind the scenes, becomes a storm the ego can't comprehend. While others are busy proving, you're improving. And one day, without ever saying a word, your success becomes undeniable, not because you flaunted it, but because your life became the proof. And those who tried to compete with you based on noise will realize they lost to a man who never even played their game. The silent warrior always wins. While others waste energy shouting, he builds in silence. Move 4. Set firm boundaries without emotion or explanation. The most powerful boundary is the one that doesn't come with threats, anger, or over-explaining. It comes with calm certainty. Simply say, "This doesn't work for me," and move on. No drama, no debate, no justification. Why? Because the moment you feel the need to explain your self-respect, you give someone else authority over it. A Stoic knows this. That's why he sets boundaries not with volume, but with clarity. Here's what happens when you calmly draw a line, especially with someone who's used to crossing them. Their ego shatters because they're no longer in control. Your stillness shows them that you're no longer emotionally invested in pleasing them, and that is devastating to an ego that thrives on your approval. In a loud world, quiet boundaries are revolutionary. They don't just protect you, they expose who was only there for what they could take. Move 5. Disengage from the ego game. Entirely. At some point, you stop playing games altogether. You stop proving, reacting, and pleasing. You stop entertaining situations that drain you. That's the ultimate silent move. Complete disengagement. No anger, no resentment, just distance. You no longer correct people who twist your truth. You no longer chase closure from the emotionally unavailable. You no longer lower yourself to argue with small minds. You simply rise. And as you do, the ego can't follow, because ego survives on friction. But true Stoic, peace thrives on detachment. When you let go, when you choose serenity over superiority, you leave the ego gasping for control that no longer exists. The most powerful man isn't the one who wins every argument. It's the one who no longer needs to have one. You're not above them, you're beyond them. These 5 silent moves aren't about revenge or pride. They're about self-mastery. The Stoic doesn't seek to harm. He seeks to heal. But if someone's ego must be dismantled in the process of protecting your peace, so be it. That's not cruelty, it's clarity. True strength isn't found in how loudly you defend yourself. It's in how calmly you walk away. So remember this. The louder the ego screams, the quieter your soul must become. And in that silence is where real power begins. This is Stoic true wisdom. Walk silently, move with purpose, and let the ego destroy itself. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Stoic Blend for more timeless wisdom. Every week, we explore the principles of Stoicism and how to apply them in modern life, calmly, clearly, and with purpose. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next step on your journey to inner strength. Thank you.